What is up, guys? So we are back for another poker vlog. Wow, it's Sunday. It's gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you watched my last video, I did all right, but I'm planning to run a lot better today. I think I finished like 13th last time. Today, I'd like to get somewhere in like the final table. Recently on Sundays, I've done pretty bad. Last Sunday, I did pretty good early on, and then I just did bad for like two or three hands. And in poker, two or three hands can get you out. So I don't plan on playing conservative. I plan on playing very, very aggressive, but in smart situations, if that makes sense. That means like I'm going to take a little bit more gambles, but I'm going to do it whenever the odds are, potentially not necessarily in my favor, but like maybe it's like four to a straight on the board, or there's like three or four clubs showing. I don't know. Trying to get a little bit different with it so I can one, be a more fun player to watch, but also be a better player to play against as well as for myself. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, I love you guys. Let's go have some fun. All right, guys, welcome back to another poker vlog. I'm at Firefly again. This time I'm playing in the RF Poker League. So, yep, I got Ace-Jack of Diamonds, so I'm going to raise that up to 225, which is always a pretty good raise when the blinds are 50 and 25, I believe. So, nice little three bet, or not three bet, but nice little raise. And we're going to get a few folds. One thing I've noticed in my game is I am so much better playing heads up as opposed to 3 or 4 people in the pot. And I'm not saying that I'm like money in the bank heads up, but I feel like I give myself a better chance. I mean, I guess statistically wise, that does make sense. But we're going to get a flop of 9 deuce deuce. I'm definitely going to raise this because I would probably give off like a pocket pair in my range. Not necessarily like hitting this flop, but like an over a pair. So I kind of want to scare any hands that are similar to mine out of the pot. But people are going to call. I don't know why, but I think we have one caller. And then the turn's going to be the 8 of spades. So a little bit tricky for me. I don't really debate on doing another bluff, so I just check. And then the river comes the 7 of spades. So at this point, I've kind of given up. I just don't think I'm ever good at this spot, and if I wanted to bet this, I should have raised after the turn, but instead, this guy's not going to put me on any spades or sevens based off how the action went. So I would say 9 times out of 10, I'm going to check. I probably check here, hoping that my ace high is good, and it turns out I end up losing the 2 pairs, so not bad. All right, so this hand is the Queen 8 of spades. So yeah, if you're wondering in my last hand why I said not bad, I mean, I feel like I lost the minimum for him having 2 pair, but yeah, Queen 8 of spades early on, not bad. I'm just going to do a nice little call here, hoping to get to a good flop, hopefully some spades, hopefully a queen. I got a couple new players that I'm not used to playing at this table. So that being said, I may be calling down or folding. It's tough playing against new people. So that's why I love coming to Firefly, though, because it really makes me work in my poker game. So, yep, we're going to get a flop, and the flop's going to come not too bad, 3, 6, 3, 2 spades. So at this point, this should be pretty good for my range considering I just called. I'm going to raise this because I'm 1 spade away from a flush, trying to put on max pressure for any hands that don't have a 3 in them or a 6. But even a 6 probably won't call depending on the bet size. So I'm going, sorry for yawning, I'm tired, I work hard. But yeah, I go in for about 175 here. I'm going to get a call, and I'm not overly nervous, but I'm a little bit suspicious. I'm like, who does this really hit? Then the turn's going to be the 7 of diamonds. I guess someone could have 4 or 5 for a straight. I guess they get here. Like I said, I still have a diamond draw. I still have 2 overs. So I like where I'm at. I'm most likely going to call a small bet, but instead I call a big, like a $500 bet. Not the biggest, enough to see this, and I hit my queen. So I'm thinking I'm good here. I'm gonna actually raise this to 600, and as weird as it sounds, the player to my left is going to re-raise me to 21. So the one thing, the consensus that I've heard is no one really bluffs the turn, but a lot of people bluff the river. Well, I have the queen, so I have top pair. Now, I know there's 2 3s out on the board, but theoretically, I would have been beat by that already. So when the action went check, check at the 7 of diamonds, or not check, check, but when it was only 500, I don't put him on trying to defend trips with 2 spades on the board. And I put in the call. Turns out I actually lost 2 trips. So he actually had a 3. He had deuce 3. So just unfortunate for me, but that's what I was talking about. Sometimes when you're playing with new people, you try to make hero calls and it doesn't work, and it didn't work for this hand. All right, guys. So to say I am on tilt is saying the least, but I am on mega tilt after losing some big hands where I should not have called, or I should have bet a little bit differently. But yeah, I get ace 9 of hearts. Perfect hand for a guy that's on tilt. I'm going to raise this thing up to 600, and I'm going to get a lot of folds and 1 caller. Like I said, I'm tired. Vlogging is not the easiest as far as trying to work on your play. It's a lot of editing. It's actually way more editing than it is actual vlogging. For every hour I vlog is probably 2 hours of editing. So yes, to edit this 24-minute video, it's like, honestly, 2 or 3 hours of work. But enough about that. You're going to end up seeing a flop, and the flop's pretty solid for me, actually. I'm going to end up hitting ace, king, 3, 2 clubs. Because there's 2 clubs showing, I really want to charge the maximum to really make those clubs fold out. I bet an even 1,000, and we are hoping, not really hoping for a call because of the club draw, and thankfully I win that hand. And now my best hand so far of the night, the good old ace-queen parking lot hand. I love this hand. Also hate it. A lot of bad happens, but oddly enough, I'm in the big blind. So you're thinking, Goose, this is awesome. Well, Gil puts in a raise of 800. Now, I think my one crucial mistake is I just flat called. I was trying to get sneaky, hoping to hit my ace or queen. Honestly, if I could do it all over again, and I'll go ahead and tell you, you'll see later down the hand, I did get out for the minimum. But tell me, do I re-raise them? Do I go all in? Because I'm not a huge stack. I got about probably 8,000 or 9,000, same as him. I just flat call. I don't know if that's the right, call in the moment. Maybe you'll let me know. But yeah, flat call with ace, queen offsuit, hoping that I hit one of those 2 and I can work on a trap. Instead, comes about what you would think. Ends up coming 8, 3, 7 rainbow, and we're going to check all the way around until it gets to Gil. And that is when you'll see Gil reach for chips. He puts in a raise of 1,200. I have 2 overcards, so I don't feel good at all. So I think for me, this is a very, very easy, not easy. I know they look pretty. Don't get me wrong. I even said that the cards look pretty. But I'm going to fold this hand just because my spidey senses are tingling. And thank goodness I did, because Gil reveals to us he had pocket 7s. All right, guys. So at this point in the night, I am a low stack. I think I have 3,600 in my stack. I'm in the big blind. So when you are a short stack, when you get a hand like the one I have, you typically go all in. So you tell me if you agree or disagree. Most people would shove. However, because I'm in the blinds, I really want to get a, hopefully go call, or checks all around, or calls, I mean. And that's just me calling, sorry, as a little blind. And it's so much easier for you to bluff at a pot than to go all in pre-flop, because your odds are you're going to get called by any pocket pair or something like that. And that's when the flop comes 9 high. So I have the top pair with the king kicker. That is when I go all in, because unless there's a pocket pair that's above a 9, I'm winning. I mean, sure, 3s and 7s. I feel like those are a raise pre-flop, though. So I go all in, putting on max pressure, trying to win a little bit of a little bit of a pot to help me out in the long run. You know how these games are. When the blinds are 3 and 6, every little bit matters. And people are going to go around. Ash, who's sitting to my right, thinks about it for a long time. And he actually folds. He folds his cards and he shows a 7. And just to show that I'm really trying, I show the 9. I win that hand. And now the hand that gets me in trouble the most, king, queen. But it's suited, so not crazy. Because it's late in the game, this is a pretty solid hand for the most part. I've been getting awful cards. This is really not a tough decision for me, though, guys. I've already made up my mind. I'm going all in when it gets to me. I go all in with the king-queen hand. It's kind of funny because my buddy Brandon is sitting at the other table, and he says, Goose, that king-queen hand gets us in trouble all the time. And right when he said that, I was dealt the king-queen hand, so it's almost like the universe was listening. And we're going to get folds by the players to my left. Going to Gil folds, that's what you saw him do. And I end up winning that pot after everybody folds to me. And I don't know. I think that me folding, I'll fold this face up. And you tell me, do you think that going all in with king, queen suited is a good play? This far, or this early / late in the game, it's probably about an hour and a half in, and you can go up to 3 hours. I just feel like when your hands aren't getting there, it's easy to make all-ins like this. And sure enough, I win that hand. And what do you know? Revenge of the king, queen. This is a weird spot for me. So here's what happens. Player to my right, it's a girl. Not a girl, she's a woman. She's probably about 30. She goes all in. She's been going all in on probably 4 or 5 times. And everyone's folded every single time. So you know what? At this point, I had a decent hand. It was getting later. I said, you know what? I'm going to call. I want to see this. So I called. And it gets even more wild when the player to my left snap calls all in. So I'm thinking, I've lost this hand. One of them is bound to have an ace, which has me crushed. One of them is probably bound to have pocket pair. But get this. The player to my left has ace jack. He's an older gentleman. The girl to my right has ace queen. At this point, I'm a dog. Which is underdog. I'm probably at about 12 to 15%. Maybe 20. So we show our hands. I'm going to show you guys this run out so you can sweat it with me. But no, it was not good looking at it. The only good news is that they had each other's outs. They both had aces. So hoping for a king or queen. Actually, I'm not even hoping for a queen because she's got ace queen. So really, I am hoping for a king. So I have 3 outs in the deck, not counting if anyone folded any kings. So let's see if we can run hot, guys. Hopefully we get a win for the good guys.
This has got to go on the vlog. This is going on the vlog. Oh man, I have like the worst % chance. I would love a king in the window. 10 jack. I don't know. Ace isn't even the worst thing. Ace actually wouldn't be bad. As long as I got like a 10. I don't know. Am I allowed in anything? Not diamonds or hearts.
It's not bad. Use your one time.
Yeah, give me my one time, please, for the vlog. I'll take it one time. I'll take my one time. Please don't do this to me. Gil, don't do this to me.
Alright.
Hey.
Ace queen takes that.
My big blind special. I haven't been able to put it in yet. Nice hit. Nice hit.
Wow. I don't get a one time. I lost it forever now. I used my one time.
Yeah, guys, not really much to say about that last hand other than I did use my one time. Could have used it for $1 million pot. I could have used it for the World Series of Poker. Instead, I used it for Firefly Bar Poker. But it is what it is. I have Ace King of Diamonds, which was awesome getting a couple hands after that major win. we're not a big stack, but we're a fairly decent stack. I'd say we're probably a top 10 stack at this point. So, of course, I'm going to raise this to 3,000. I'm going to get 2 folds, and then the player, which is going to be 2 spots to my left, is going to call. So I'm wondering, what's he calling with? I have the best hand pre-flop that is not a pocket pair. So I'm excited, hoping that I can finally hit a flop with ace-king / ace-queen. But I guess I can't get too greedy. I did suck out last hand. But you know what? It doesn't matter. When it comes a king-high flop, rainbow, I could check. However, I don't want to do that. I want to go ahead and put some more money in here, either get him in with a stronger hand, and he actually just snapped fold, so I guess he didn't have it. All right, guys, so you didn't see it, but got the ace of hearts, 9 of clubs, and this is a very, very weird hand. New player sits down on my right. He's a big stack. I've played with him once or twice before, and I would say he's probably slightly aggressive as far as his bets. I'm in the button. I'm going to call with ace-9 offsuit. Of course, I want to see a flop with that kind of hand. Maybe I get lucky. You never know. Well, I kind of get lucky, and I kind of get unlucky. It comes ace-high, sure. But 3 diamonds. I don't have a diamond in my hand. I have top pair, no diamond. I'm nervous, but right now, I'm assuming he doesn't have 2 diamonds, which is a bad assumption, sure. I just don't, I feel like, flushes are tough to make. I feel like if he gets, runner, or if he gets one down on the turn or on the river, he could beat me. But right now, I feel like I'm ahead. So that being said, being ahead, I'm going to raise it up to 2,000. So we're going to get 1 fold, and then the player to my right, who, like I said, I have positioning on him, he's going to end up making the call. So, yeah, we're going to call. We're heads up, and it's going to get not too bad. 3 of spades, so basically a brick. Sure, 2-5 gets there, but I don't think he's playing 2-5. I think he would just fold that unless it's suited. But still, I guess 2-5 gets there, so I'm not worried about it because I feel like he would have bet if he had that. Or not bet, but he would have probably re-raised me. So action's going to go check, check. Kind of weird here. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm losing. I don't know where I'm at. I guess, sorry, I didn't go check, check. I raised to 3,000. Could have sworn I went check, check. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking in my head that it should have gone check, check. But like I said, maybe in the moment I just play way smarter than I do posts after. But yeah, I raised to 3,000, which is smart. I guess I do still have top pair. No good kicker. No diamonds. I'm trying to put max pressure on if he has a diamond or not. And he thinks about it for a second until he ends up making the call. So yeah, he'll end up making the call. So now I'm thinking he must have the king of diamonds in his hand. Well, then the ace of spades comes out. At this point, I have trip aces. And you tell me if you think I'm nitty, which means if I'm playing tight. He checks. I just tell him, I'm like, I don't know what you got. I win with trips, though. So yeah, I won that last hand with trip aces. This time I got pocket 3s, so maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get trip 3s. So I end up just making a call, though. With a small pocket pair like this, so many things beat me. So I'm usually just going to make a call. So it looks like better to my right raised it to 2K. And I called just with a pocket pair. I'll at least see the flop because you never know. And I am so very glad that I put in the call because the flop is going to come amazing for us. It's going to come 8-8-3. I flop a full house. Sure, it's not the best, but at this point, if he doesn't have a 3, which is very unlikely given I have 2 in my hand, I'm ahead. No matter what, I'm ahead. Even if he's got aces, kings, queens, doesn't matter. So for that, he's going to raise to 2.5. I'm going to re-raise to 6, putting in max pressure. I'm letting him know I'm not going to slow play this. If he puts in a call, I'm going to get all the money in the middle before the hand's done. He thinks about it for a second. So immediately he does not have an 8. I don't think he's got an 8. I know he doesn't have a 3. I already have 2 in my hand. So we talk for a minute. He's like, I don't know. He ends up tank folding. And I'm going to be nice. I'm going to show my cards. I win that awesome hand. And yeah, guys, so it's weird. It's been about an hour since I won, or since I showed that little clip that you just saw. So yeah, in real time, it was actually an hour later. I get pocket jacks. It's getting late in the game. I end up going all in. But pocket jacks, I want to see all 5 cards. I don't want to get bluffed off my hand. So, of course, I'm going to rip it in there. And I'm going to get a whole bunch of folds. And at this point in time, one of the players from I believe it was the red table busted, which put us at the final table. And I am super excited to see how it goes. All right, guys. So, essentially, I came here to this final table, the short stack. Well, in 3 hands, there was 3 all-ins, and they all lost. The short stacks lost. So I'm sitting here with a very, very short stack with queen deuce suited. At this point, I'm going to call anything, and you are going to see this crazy run out. I'm just hoping that I can hit something. Playing against Gene and Kumar. Gene's a good player, and he is running hot. So you will see if I can handle Mean Gene. And I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. But let's just say I did not feel good when I saw the hands my opponents had. I was dominated. So I don't know. Maybe I'll hit a queen. Maybe I'll hit a 2. You'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and let's see the run out.
Like 50,000.
Yeah, right.
Out the rip, change the green. Oh, queen deuce.
47.
Ace. Something for everybody.
No, he did it.
Queen,
Oh my god.
I
Oh my god.
think the face between them and not go back and isolate, put them on shirt. Game with the Gene Simmons.
Wow. What a crazy, crazy day. So, early, got really destroyed early on. I was down to 4,000 in my stack at the break. And if you had told me, get my little camera thing, if you had told me I was going to be at the final table and finish 6th after being down to 4,000, I would say you're crazy. So I got very, very lucky. I played really, really good middle of the stretch. I was picking up a lot of hands. There was 2 big hands that I lost. At one point, I was first place. But there's 2 big hands that I lost where I feel like I bluffed correctly. And just unfortunately, the guys made good calls, and it happens. But no, I had a great time, guys. Got some really, really good content. I don't know how many hands I won. I think I just won hands at the right time, and that's honestly a lot of poker. It's not necessarily winning all the hand or most of the hands. It's about winning the last hand and the hands that really matter. So I had a lot of fun. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. The last video didn't do too well, so I'm hoping this video does a lot better. I think it will because of how much better I played. So anyways, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.